Hi everyone. In today's video, I will be reviewing this new Nav album, Bad Habits. This is the sophomore LP from Toronto rapper, singer, songwriter, record producer, non-XXL freshman of 2018, I'll get to that later, Nav. We last heard from Nav back in 2018 when he released his debut album, Reckless, which was poor. It was criticized for his use of autotune, rather his overuse of autotune. It was also very generic and very boring. Then in earlier 2019, he announced his retirement along with Lil Uzi Vert. And then 2 months later, he decided to release an EP called Brown Boy. A week after that, this project came out. 16 tracks, almost 50 minutes in length, longer than his debut, and I have to be honest, this is probably one of the first times I actually said finally after initially listening to this album. This album just goes on for way too long. It's full of self-importance and bland pop, rap, and R&B, but I have to give it to Nav for the lyrical odyssey that this album is. It's incredible. On the track Taking Chances, we get lyrics like this. And this is the opening line to the song Rollo. Yep. And look at the chorus to Tap. It is asinine, repetitive, annoying. And look at Young Thug's verse. I mean, really, Young Thug? You wanna have sex with your auntie? We also see Nav's impeccable rhyming on the song Snap, where he rhymes through with through 4 times, as well as out with out 3 times, all in the same verse. And Nav also seems to brag a lot on this album. A lot. On the track Timepiece, I get a feeling that Nav is trying to tell his listeners that he worked hard to where he is now, which isn't true at all. Nav is probably one of the most privileged rappers there is, along with Jaden Smith. I wouldn't say as privileged, but he's up there. His mother bought him a boombox in the 3rd grade. His uncle, who was a popular singer in India, got him a studio. So when you hear Nav say lines like this, just remember that this dude didn't work that hard to get where he is today. He's not worked as hard as any other rappers that are in the game currently. He doesn't brag about being rich because he worked his way up to the top. No, he brags about being rich because he was practically born into wealth. And let's talk about the singing on this album. Oh boy, the singing. Layered and layered and layered and layered in autotune. Just enough to annoy you. Nav sounds like a robot who, instead of progressing from one octave to another or from a note to another note, he instead jumps from one octave to an octave and back and forth. On almost every track Nav raps or sings on, he sounds like a computer singing karaoke. The production on this album is just as bad as the previous album that Nav released. It's boring, generic, uninteresting, but really Nav brags about being important in the game. But in the end, what has Nav done? Nothing. He brings no sense of originality to the table, instead going for the same thing that made other rappers famous. He doesn't even incorporate his own personality into any of the songs that he makes. And he claims to be so important just because he's Indian as well. He thinks that's one of his main selling points, but really, people aren't going to listen to you because you're Indian. People are going to listen to you because you sound good to them. Now, that's an opinion, but you know what? That's their opinion. No one cares about your ethnicity. They care about your rapping, they care about your songs, and your rapping sucks, and your songs are terrible. And back to the XXL thing I mentioned previously. Nav made a diss track on how he wasn't in the XXL freshman lineup in 2018. Wow. Honestly, I don't think this album is anything above an F. It is just so bad and it's really bad. And other than a few flares of good, this album is devoid of any originality, this album is devoid of personality and talent. Nav has very, very little talent He has no talent in lyricism, no talent in singing, no talent in rapping, almost none. Ugh, God, this album is terrible. Oh, God. F. It's an F. With that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on this album down below. Did I get it completely wrong? Was I listening to it upside down? Was I listening to it incorrectly? Let me know. With that said, thank you for watching. Let me know what I can do to improve my videos, as well as any albums that you want me to listen to. I prefer new ones. Yeah. Anyway, with that said, thanks for watching. Have a great day.